What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for our 5 takeaways, which we do after each and every Borussia Dortmund game. So after it, we take 5 takeaways from the game, we talk about it, we get your guys' opinions as well. It's always a little fun. And Dortmund just beat Stuttgart 2-1 to climb within 1 point of Bayern at the top of the table. So let's get into my takeaways now, guys. If you are just joining us and new to the channel, be sure to drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you are new. We're getting close to 7,000 subscribers, and let's get into the video now. Alright guys, so this was a massive game for a couple different reasons, but we're going to start off with my very first takeaway, and it's the obvious takeaway. It is capitalizing on Bayern's mistakes, and Bayern lost yesterday against Augsburg 2-1, and usually the trend when Dortmund has an opportunity to capitalize on points dropped by Bayern, we never take it. I don't know if it's a psychological thing, I don't know exactly what it is, and it looked for periods of this match that it was going to happen, but we found a way through. It is huge. It is a huge mentality thing now that we've climbed within 1 point of Bayern to show that, okay, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can pull this off after all, going up against that really important match on December 4th, Dortmund versus Bayern, being as close as we possibly can to them. And it's just been a psychological hurdle that we haven't been able to jump over. We found a way. It was a tricky match today, but we found a way to get it through and gave us a realistic chance at climbing to the top of the table. And it's very, very cool. I'm proud of the boys because I was a little scared from time to time in there. But it's good to see that the mentality was there. We were able to get it across the line, and we won 2-1 with a late goal from Marco Reus. My second takeaway, guys, we're going to look at the defensive side of things. We're going to take a look at Manuel Akanji. I thought Manuel Akanji had an excellent game today. I thought he played very well in the back alongside Mats Hummels. Hummels obviously got burnt there a little bit for that goal, but Akanji did get stripped earlier in the lead up. Besides that, the duo in the back was strong, and Akanji, in my opinion personally, was very good, botting players out, getting some good tackles on there. I think Akanji is a very consistent player for Borussia Dortmund and a very important player to have. I know that you can kind of look at him for the goal as well as Hummels, but aside the fact he was still a rock at the back today, he was very good, and we needed that kind of defensive security when playing a back four system with only 2 center mids. Moving on to my third takeaway, looking at one of those 2 center mids, is Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham's performance today was electric. And I say electric because right from the beginning of the match, you could tell he was everywhere. On the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. Every time he went into a challenge, there was 3 or 4 challenges he would just lunge into, somehow win the ball back to his team. His pressing game is sensational, and I'm a little bit iffy from time to time when playing with only 2 midfielders because I sometimes think we lose that midfield battle. But having a player like Jude Bellingham makes it look like we basically have those 3-man midfield because he's every single place you could possibly imagine. It is really impressive. I think when we were looking to the chat today, everyone was under the same impression that Jude Bellingham just taking his game to that next level. And the fact that he's 18 it's unbelievable because this kid is so good and so important for this team. I couldn't imagine where we would be without him. And I thought he had an excellent game once again, was involved in every sense of the word. And he's the reason that our midfield honestly flows the way it does. My fourth takeaway, guys, is going to be the boy, Donyell Malen. Now, he had a really, really good opportunity at the beginning of the match. A beautiful header swung in by Brandt. It was one that should have been in the back of the net. I mean, if you're an in-form number 9, it's one you want to eat up all day long. He's not an in-form number 9. He's been struggling a little bit, but he didn't let that go against him. He's always a player who, in my opinion, at the beginning of the season, liked to cut on to that right foot of his coming from the left-hand side and then take a hit. Well, he didn't let him get himself down. He wanted that first Bundesliga goal. The ball fell to him nicely, took a touch, took it on his right, cut it across goal, got a lucky deflection maybe, but it was still a relatively composed finish, and Donyell Malen got his first Bundesliga goal of the season, and that is massive. Because without Erling Haaland right now, guys, we need a number 9 who can step up. We need a number 9 who can put the ball in the back of the net. It's a very difficult task when you don't have a proper backup. It was one of the things I like the most about Malen coming in, and it's been surprising, to say the least, his start to his Bundesliga season. But he's got a goal now in the Bundesliga. He's got a goal in Champions League. And hopefully this just broke the duck, broke the relief that he can finally start contributing. Because I thought he had a decent match today. A couple of chances here and there I thought I would have liked to see him do a little better on. But he got the job done. Huge moment for Donyell Malen. And I'm hoping he takes that confidence and is able to roll forward with it. And guys, my 5th and final takeaway is going to be still the identity of this Dortmund side. Now, I know each match is going to have different types of situations and different type of formations you're going to utilize. I just wanted to look at this match a little bit today. A team where we dominated possession for a lot of it, which was fine. But in that possession in the first half, we did almost nothing really with it. There was the odd chance here and there. And then while having this possession and getting caught in possession a couple times, we led to a couple really dangerous counterattacks for Stuttgart. And they had a good opportunity as well, a really good save from Gregor Kobel. And I still think there's just that little bit of awkwardness of what this team is going to do. And I think Marco Rose needs to still figure out his identity. I thought the 3-4-2-1 was going to be that identity. I do think today's starting 11 and system did work, but there's still some question marks in that midfield. And that's why I really wanted to reiterate that point about Jude Bellingham. If he didn't play like two players, I think that midfield battle is one that we struggle with. And going up against a team like potentially Bayern, Leverkusen, Leipzig, which we lost that battle last week, I think that midfield might be had something we adjust. And that was the reason I thought last season with Terzic that 4-3-2-1 worked out so well, because we had enough firepower up front, a balanced out midfield, and then our back four. I just want to throw that question to you guys to see if you do think the 4-2-3-1 is a good system to look at going forward, or if that two-man midfield makes you a little bit wary and a little bit nervous as well. Because I think the more that Guerrero and Mounier bump up forward, and only having that two-man midfield, the more vulnerable we get, especially with Hummels' speed back there. That was my only little touching point on nervousness I had in that match. I want to throw it to you guys there. But guys, those are my 5 takeaways. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think of them. If you agree, disagree, as well, of course, comment your guys' takeaways, because there's definitely and certainly more in this matchup as well. But all in all, Dortmund won 2-1. We're in 1 point behind now, Bayern at top of the table. So we are still right in this title challenge. Malen broke his duck. It's a happy Josh today, guys. So I appreciate everyone tuning in for the watch along. It was a fun one, as well as this 5 takeaways. And if you are new around here, as always, be sure to drop a like on this 5 takeaways, drop a sub as well, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.